Hello everyone, this is Awesome, the Grand Wizard of Time and Space, the immortal number 9, all it is, everything and nothing. This is a trip report. I almost wasn't going to do this, because it's getting to the point where, part of my mind says, why try to describe the indescribable for people who don't fucking... But again, but then I was thinking, well, this stuff needs to be documented. I mean, even if just for your own sake, so I can look back on it myself and remember the state that I was in on any given trip. So I decided to make a video about this trip report. Now, I went in at... There's like 4.91 grams of some pretty old mushrooms, I guess. I mean, I'll give you I got them. I got the mushrooms back in late September of last year. So at that point, I have no idea how old they were before I got them, obviously. But so I got them then, and I just finished them off today, the last of them, the last of this batch, and it ended up being 4.91 grams. And mushrooms may lose potency over time. I had them wrapped in 2 bags, one bag. For one thing, they were Cracker Crisp the way they should be, but I had them wrapped in one bag and then put into a freezer bag, and then I just kept them in my desk here. And so, if mushrooms do lose potency over time, you would never know it by this trip. Not at all. My God. Fucking... The statement that I came up with this trip, if every trip has to have a statement that defines it, this one would be, kill me if I'm not beautiful. Period. Yeah, kill me if I'm not beautiful. And anyone who's been on a substantial mushroom trip is going to know exactly what I'm talking about. It says, it's either that or just succumb to madness, complete madness. If you fucking, complete. But this trip was glorious, fucking glorious, because if you don't say that, kill me if I'm not beautiful, you would fucking go insane. The shit, because your mind is like a fucking out of control, fucking like the worst kind of psychopath. Your mind is. Because one of the things, especially lately, I've been getting really into a lot of occult studies, including tarot cards. Tarot cards are fucking amazing. Tarot itself is amazing. The cards themselves are sort of irrelevant, but once you look into it and what is really going on with the tarot, it's fucking insane. But, again, like anything, it's so easy to get wrapped up in a world of delusion and falsehood and fucking a mire of shit if you're not careful. Your mind will just rip you apart, but, in the tarot, the mind is represented by swords. The suit of swords is the mind. The mind. The swords. So if you ever see swords in the tarot, it's mind. It is your mind, your thoughts. So, and almost every sword card in the tarot is shit. Almost every one. There's a couple that aren't shit, and there's a couple okay ones, but most of them are awful. Because that's what your mind does to you. Your mind fucking rapes you. Your mind fucks you. Your mind fucking is the fucking... your mind is insane. Your mind is a fucking psychopathic fucking lunatic. Pure and simple. And it needs to be held in check. So, as a matter of fact, one of my statements that I made up in this trip, there's so much I made up in the trip, and it just sort of just flows on, and I don't record it, but one of the things I made up was, how do you fucking cure a psychopath? You make them beg like they have never, just period, make them beg. Make them beg with every fiber of their being is the cure for a psychopath. You gotta think about that and ponder what that means. You know, for a psychopath to beg at all would be the cure for the psychopath. Because this would be because a psychopath wouldn't care, but but your mind is a psychopath. It is. I mean, because not only is this statement, "Kill me if I'm not beautiful," a sincere plea for mercy, because when you're in that place, when you are in the radiance of the sacred mushroom, the only thing to do is either fucking be beautiful or be destroyed. Pure and simple. You know, you either be beautiful or be annihilated. Is all that's the first and fucking last word. So not only is the statement "kill me if I'm not beautiful" a plea for mercy, but it's also a defiant challenge to all it is. You know, kill me if I'm not beautiful. I beg you, fucking kill me. Do it. You know, please, if you can do it, please. You know, but there's a lot going on in that statement because you got to kind of ponder it yourself, I guess. You know, or take the mushrooms and feel it for yourself. You know, because that's exactly what it does. I mean, be beautiful or be annihilated is basically the choice you have on a substantial trip. I mean, any trip, the magic of the mushrooms is insane because, you know, because I know dosage matters. It does matter. It does. I mean, it does matter how much you take to a point, but then again, once you get into that magical space, the radiant awe that is a mushroom, that also becomes absurd. Like, you know what I mean? At the same time, as true as it is, it doesn't matter how much you take, it does, but once you get in there, it instantly becomes absurd. An absurd statement, because it doesn't matter when you're there. It's a paradox. It really is. It does matter how much you take, but when you get there, it doesn't matter. You know, and again, any experienced psychonaut should know what I'm talking about. But then again, I mean, how many people take mushrooms and just don't even fucking aren't shown what I'm shown? I mean, the reason I'm shown some of the things I'm shown is because I fucking dare to fucking dare. I dare. When I'm in the fucking mushroom space, I'm daring the fucking, I'm daring the nature of existence itself to fucking annihilate me if I'm not beautiful. If I'm not beautiful, I want to die. I want to be wiped out. I want to be destroyed. Please do it if I'm not beautiful. Anything inside of me that's not beautiful, thoughts, ideas, beliefs, anything, please vaporize them. Fucking extinguish them like they deserve to be. Yeah. That's exactly what I mean. So, talk about fucking, my God, dude, this trip is insane, dude. And I even walked into this trip, you know, the fact that I even tripped now is, you would have to be a fucking lunatic to do that with currently where I am, you know, because right now it's sort of a challenging time in my life, but it's also so cool. I mean, so much beauty in the world, fucking, but it's still, there are challenges, we all have them, you know, there's always something going on, there's always a challenge of some kind in place that you gotta fucking be able to deal with on some level. We all have them, and I'm no exception. So, but to even, you know, but to consciously choose to trip with some of the things that are on my plate is like insane. You'd have to be mad to do that. You'd have to be a fucking lunatic to do that, knowing, you know. Because my first, you know, my most famous video so far is my first mushroom trip, the 7-gram mushroom adventure one. That was my first trip as an adult. Because, you know, I know I've been over this, but, you know, as a teenager, I was into LSD for a while. And then I took mushrooms once and stuff, but I took so many years where I didn't do anything. But my first mushroom trip as an adult, I guess if you want to say that, fucking was the 7-gram one. But I didn't know what the fuck I was doing. The fact that I even took 7 fucking grams the first time proves I didn't know what I was doing. Because only a fucking idiot would do that the first time. I mean, you would have to be a fucking outright fucking either madman, a fucking lunatic, or just stupid. Or ignorant, which I was. All of the above, I guess, because I would never fucking, because you would have to be batshit crazy to take that many mushrooms without, period. If you're taking 7 grams of mushrooms, you must be fucking crazy. Number one, I don't care how much experience you have. Taking mushrooms at all is insane. You gotta be a fucking lunatic to do it, especially knowing what you're in for. Knowing what the fuck as a matter of fact, I fucking took a picture of the mushrooms and posted it on my Facebook, and I even said, I took a picture of them just so, I don't know why I do it, to fucking document it, I guess. But I even said, please, God help me. And then it's a dude's birthday. As a matter of fact, B-Love, I got the video. It's his birthday today. And so I tripped like that on his birthday. But then so I said, happy birthday, B-Love. And then after that, I said, why do I do this? Why do I do this? And it's exactly, why do I do this? But then when you get there, you know why you do it. But then again, it's so fucking crazy. The paradoxical nature of it. It's like, why do you do it? Because it's insane. It's like, why do you do that? But when you get there, you know why you do it. But then again, only a fool would do it. Only a fucking lunatic would do it. It's so weird. It's so weird. So this is, I guess I'm going to wrap this up before the video gets too long. I want to keep it short and sweet here. But yeah, this is a trip report. Man, what a fucking wild trip. I spent most of it outside in the yard. It's so beautiful today. Glorious beyond words. And, I was, honest to God, lying on a beach towel in my fucking yard, just letting the mushrooms fucking kill what needed to be killed. So the statement is, kill me if I'm not beautiful. A plea for mercy and a defiant challenge, a dare.